I sincerely want to appreciate you all for being so consistent with this training. I am so grateful. Possibly, you could have possibly said that, what's the point coming? But I appreciate you all for coming. God bless you all. Good evening one more time. My name still remains Gospel Japegwe, and I've been the one on this. So what exactly are we for today? Today, we'll look at MetaTrader 4, Android and desktop version, how to use MetaTrader 4, how to open trades using MetaTrader 4. Then I will dive into market execution and pending orders. I will also look into partial closing. I don't need to look into lot size because we dealt with that yesterday. And I'll be talking about trade stopping, swing trading. If time permits, we'll go into edging. Now, let me start quickly because we still have some things to do tonight. What will I be starting with? Partial closing. Class, let's say for instance, I have on my MetaTrader 4, let's say this is my MetaTrader 4. On my MetaTrader 4, the lot size is here, 0.05. Then, right here, you see the currency pair, Euro GBP. You see the currency pair, Euro GBP. For those that must have practiced demo and live account, whenever you have a trade in profit, it's going to be in blue. Then possibly, this can be $20. Now, let's say Mr. Who is in the house again? Let me check. Let's say Mr. Emmanuel Brown is feeling worried that it seems like this trade, let's say this is the chart for this trade. Let's say you are buying this pair, you're on the buy. Let's say you are buying, and all of a sudden, the chart for this trade, you know, whenever you are buying, your entry point is here, and your take profit is here. TP, and your stop loss is here, SL. I want to define something quickly. Take profit and stop loss. TP is known as take profit or target profit. Some whites call it target profit. Some people see it as take profit. And it is defined as a point whereby the trade or the market reaches and it closes automatically in profit. I repeat, take profit is a point whereby the market reaches and it closes automatically in profit. What is stop loss? SL, which is below here. Stop loss is a point whereby the market reaches and the market closes in loss. I always tell people something. Stop loss is not a crime. The function of stop loss is just to stop you from incurring what? Further loss. Are you with me? The function of a stop loss is what? Just to stop you from incurring what? Further loss. So now, let's say this man now notice that when this trade was buying here, whenever a trade is buying, the trade must have passed the entry point. It is heading to the take profit, which is ahead. So let's say that $20 he has earned was around there, and the market started consolidating. So now that the market is consolidating, the man is feeling worried. What will he do? The man can just come here, since the trade is here and it's consolidating, he can just come here and reduce the what? The lot size to what? 0.04. Are you with me? He can reduce the lot size to what? 0.04. Mind you, when he goes to modify and he clicks on 0.04, immediately he has done that. what happens? The amount will reduce here. So 0.04 fetches what? $16. So underneath, the man we see close with profits. Close blah 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 with profit. Immediately he modifies that. So once he clicks on that $16, guess what? That $16 will go to what? His profit margin. I repeat, that $16 will go to his profit margin. Now, the question is that all? No. Remember, he closed 0.04 out of 0.05. So class 1 will be left. It will be left with what? 0.01. Now, this 0.01 will now take care of what? The remaining $4 remaining in the market. The 0.01 will now take care of what? The remaining $4 in the market. So if it takes care of the other $4 in the market, so you don't need to bother yourself. You've already acquired $16 out of $20. So what are you troubling yourself for? If the $4 like, the 0.01 likes, let's go and hit TP. But remember, if it hits TP, it is to your own advantage. That profit will now be added to the previous profit, which is $16. But if it does not hit TP, let's say it hits stop loss, you don't have to worry, because what's the worst case scenario? It hits $5. $5 from $16, you still be left with $11. So the essence of partial closing is, when you see a trade in profit, you can book part of the profit by modifying the take profit, modifying the what they call it, the lot size, and taking part of the lot size. So once that is done, I mean, you are good to go. Are you with me? And so that is that. Briefly, is there any question on that before I move? Please, is there any question on that, please? I'm waiting for you. Is there any question on that? Okay, if you know you understand, just type 2 in the chat box. I understand what he has done. Type 2 in the chat box. Oh, God bless you. God bless you. I'm getting it. I see.
Hello, Mr. Agosfawa.
Yes, I'm with you. Who's speaking, please? What's your name? Mr. Abiodun, right?
My name is Abiodun.
Okay, continue, please. Go on, Mr. Abiodun.
Yes, I just joined today. I don't know if today's my first time, so I don't know if I can have videos for the previous classes.
Are you on the WhatsApp platform? Hello?
Yes, yes. Hello?
If you're on the WhatsApp platform, go back to that platform. You will see day 1 and day 2 over there. You can watch the previous videos.
Okay.
Are you with me?
All right. Thanks.
You watch the previous videos. Are you with me? And
all right,
there is
thanks.
an advanced class coming up, which is on Monday. Are you with me?
Okay.
That class is going for 2 weeks. And the cost is 15,000 naira.
Okay.
Are you with me? So it will start on Monday. So if you can start making payment from today, Monday. Are you with me? You get
all right.
All right. No problem.
All right, thanks.
But do you understand what we've done today?
Yes, I understand.
Thank you very much. So class, let's proceed. Thank you. The next one is trade stopping. Trade stopping. Some people call trade stopping try the stop. Are you with me? Some people call trade stopping try the stop. So it depends on how you see it. Are you with me? It depends on how you see it. But try the stop, trade stopping, they are all the same. What exactly is trade stopping? Like I drew a chart for you previously. Please just give me a minute. So let's say for instance, you have a trade. I will draw the chart again. Let's say that same pair, and you now have something like this here. Then let's say this still remains as take profit. This take profit, this stop loss. Then this entry point. As usual, let's say this trade eventually goes up. And the trades now started consolidating. And you are feeling disturbed that, this trade is consolidating. What if this trade now goes down? Because let me tell you what you don't know today. If this trade decides to go down and goes below the entry point and hits your stop loss, class, you are totally out of the market. Because why? It has struck your stop loss. But for you to book part of the profit, what do? You can trade stop. I repeat, for you to book part of the profit, what do? You trade stop. How do you trade stop? Let's say the entry point for this trade. Let's say the entry point for this trade is 0.85. Please, I'm coming just a minute. Let me just quickly do something. I'm getting a disturbance on my system. Let me take it off. Thank you very much. Let's proceed. Now, let's say you have trade stopping and you have 0.8500. Let's say all of a sudden, and remember, if you look at it mathematically, from the entry point to the TP, you can have, let's say I had 20 pips to this. This can possibly be 0.85. This can be 0.85. Remember, I added 20 pips to it. 2, 0, 0. I did the calculation of pips yesterday. Now, if I have this, let's say at my base, the stop loss is 0. I'm taking away almost 500 pips for stop loss. 0, 0, 0 plus. What is trade stopping? Trade stopping is when you move your stop loss, which is below your entry point, and you put it above the entry point. So your new stop loss will now fall around there. Now, if your new stop loss is here, obviously your stop loss should have a different value. And that different value the stop loss will be having will be greater than the entry point, which will now be what? It can possibly, since this is 0.85, we can make this 0.8510. So you can see this is now 0.851. Let me erase it so that this will be clear. So this can be 0.85100. So you can see that There's a difference now between the two stop loss. The old stop loss had the previous value of 0.800, and the new stop loss is now having 0.85100 because the new stop loss is above the entry point. So now, if this trader decides to misbehave, meanwhile it is in profit, and it comes to hit your stop loss, it only hits your stop loss above your entry point. And the beauty about it is, it will now make it will you can go on with some amount of profits. Are you with me? You can still go on. So let's say the market was consolidating at $20. Are you with me? If the market was consolidating at $20, hitting your stop loss now above your entry point, possibly, maybe you are going on with what? $12, which is still very reasonable. It means you have nothing to lose. Now, if for instance, you feel that you want to put your stop loss on your entry point, it's possible. Putting your stop loss on your entry point means that you will just change this your stop loss value to what? 0.85000. Are you with me? So in that case, the stop loss will now come here and be on top of your entry point. So this cannot be your SL. But take note tonight, whenever a stop loss is placed on the entry point, that process is called what? Break even. Let me repeat myself. Whenever a stop loss is placed on the entry point, that process is called what? Break even. That process is called what? Break even. So that is that. Please, class, I want to quickly say something. If eventually I didn't do any practical work today, then that means I will do it in the advanced class. I assure you that. In the advanced class, I will definitely do it there. So let's proceed. So the next one is swing trading. Now let's say you have a signal, and the signal is Euro AUD. Euro AUD. And probably what you have for Euro AUD is you have a pending order, not a market. You are not using market execution now, you are using pending order. Let's say your pending order is buy stop. Buy stop at the value given here is 1.20600. Now, if this is 1.20600, let's say I'm adding 10 pips to it, then I can probably make this TP1. Swing trading is when you have 2 TPs and 1 stop loss. Triple trading is when you have 3 TPs and 1 stop loss. Probably I'm leaving this at 1.20700. Now, if I make my TP2 an addition of what? 10 pips again. My TP2 will be 1.20800. Let's say my stop loss. My stop loss is what? 1.20100. I'm going to draw the chart for you. Now, what this means is, hello, what I've done is just a very good example of the signal. You see the signal many people pay to firms to give them so that they can use to make their trades. That's exactly what I've done there. So probably what you do is, if you look at the chart for this particular explanation, if I go straight to the chart, I can see that I can make this entry point. I can make this TP1. I can make this TP2. If I do it like that, then I can now make the base the stop loss. If the base is now the stop loss, that means that I can come here. The base, it seems to be my stop loss. Then I can eventually come here and make this. Let's say this is my trade going on. Now, the distance from the entry point, let me use another marker. The distance from the entry point to the TP1, let's say that amount is $5. Remember, that is 10 pips. If you check the values on the screen, that's 10 pips. But the amount for that is $5. Now the distance, if this is 10 pips, the distance from this entry again to TP2 will be 20 pips. That's double of it. So do your mathematics very well. This will eventually be what? 10 pips, $10. Now, class, you know what this means? It means that if this trade should rise from here, it strikes the entry point. Immediately, this is what they call pending order. Whenever you see buy stop and sell stop, that's a pending, or buy limit, sell limit. Then when you see market execution, that's when you see buy by market or sell by market, that's market execution. Now, immediately this trade comes here and hits the entry point. Guess what? You are automatically in the market. Now it goes further and hits TP1. Once it hits TP1, you have $5 registered in your profit margin. Now, God helping, if this now goes further, and look, let me say something. If this should hit TP1 immediately, this is my advice for you. Take this stop loss and put on the entry. You've broken even. That's what it means. It means what? You've broken even. Once you put it on the stop loss. Now from here, what's the next thing you do? So once that happens, the next thing I'll do is for me to, once I break even, what happens? Just go and sleep because you're in a safe trade. Meaning that if this one now goes up further, you are lucky, it hits TP2, you smile. Why? Because you have $10 registered in your margin. So 10 plus 5 is what? That's $15. That's $15. Now, if you have $15, you smile and go. But what if after you've broken even here, the trade now misbehaves, consolidates, it now starts coming down to hit your stop loss, which is at your entry? You still have nothing to lose, just that you wouldn't make as much as somebody who is hitting TP1. Are you with me? So from here, what happens? This will now be that $5. Remember that this one came down to hit here. So since it is hitting here, it is striking you at $0. So 5 plus 0 is what? $5. Are you doing? 5 plus $0 is $5. So you have nothing to lose. So that's swing trading. Swing trading has so many advantages. Are you doing? Swing trading has what? So many advantages. Please unmute yourself and ask your questions. Please unmute yourself and ask your questions. Yes, who's speaking? Who's that? Mr. Brown. Yeah, please go on. Mr. Brown.
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Yeah, go on, please.
Well, for me, I don't have question. It's well understood. The stop loss now,
Okay.
for you to actually break even, like you said,
Yes, sir.
is for you to adjust your stop loss to your entering point.
That is it, sir. In fact, should I even tell you another logic of enjoying this thing more? Once this trade goes up, it's about to hit your TP2. You can even start trade stopping. You'll be following it at the back. You understand me?
Okay, yeah, okay.
You get the logic.
Following it.
You can be
Yes.
following it at the back. So that
You can be adjusting your stop loss.
Exactly. So that if eventually it now turns and hits you, at least you can still have some profits recorded. Like it can be $5. So it can be $5 and it can be $3 instead of you going totally with $0. So trade stopping can still follow up with it. You get?
Okay.
You get?
Only if the market is not consolidating.
Yes, only if it is not consolidating. In the advanced class, I will teach you how to survive consolidating markets.
Okay.
Yeah. I hope you'll be part of that class, Mr. Emmanuel.
I hope so. Thank you.
Okay, sir.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much. Did you later download the apps I told you to download, sir?
The MetaTrader 4?
Yes.
Okay, yes, I did.
You did. No problem.
Yeah.
I will give you some. I gave a screen recorder on how to work on it.
Yes, I did. How to add
other things.
Is it other things in it?
Yes.
Okay. The how to trade is what I don't understand yet.
Exactly. All those things will be dealt with totally in the advanced class. I'll show you that.
Okay. Yeah. All right, no problem. Appreciate it.
All right. Sir. Is there any other further question, please? Is there any further question? Is there any further question? Okay. If there is none, thank you very much, everybody. I sincerely appreciate you. So I assure you that by the grace of God, we'll enjoy this program more if and only if we try to be part of what? Of the advanced class. It is not difficult. Are you with me? So let me give a quick recap of what I did today. I talked about partial closing. I gave detailed analysis on how to work on partial closing. Are you with me? Then later, I spoke about what's the other one again? I spoke about trade stopping.
Trade stopping.
Yes, I spoke about trade stopping. Then after I spoke about trade stopping, then I went ahead, then I talked about what they call it, twin trading.
Trade.
Yes, so that was exactly what I did for today. So thank you very much, everybody. Yeah, thank you so much. Mr. Frederick, you are coming in when we're about going. What happened there? Mr. Frederick.
I can hear you. My phone was down.
Okay, welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
All right, so tomorrow will be the last day. Tomorrow will be the last day.
All right.
Yeah, the last day. Thank you so much, everybody. Thank you so much. Yeah. All right. Good night, everybody. Yeah. Good night.
So.
Yeah. All right.